What are y'all?
Ladies, this is your reminder that you're way too hot to be with your MAGA husband. So leave your MAGA husband. Leave your MAGA husband, but cheat on him first. Cheat with his brother or his best friend, whichever's worse. He doesn't deserve your kidding, yum yum. It's time for you to hit the road, but leave a lasting impression before you go and cheat on your MAGA husband and take a picture while you're getting plowed. Leave your MAGA husband.
Like, what do y'all think he's doing? Issuing royal decrees? Like, I don't think you guys know what a king is. I really don't. I think it's just, we don't like him and we want everyone to know that we don't like him. So we're gonna stand out in the street and try to get our way. And what is their way, you might ask? Things that already exist. Why don't y'all just go reread the Constitution and the Bill of Rights? I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to be condescending. Like, you would probably feel so much better. You look stressed. Like, imagine if everything was fine. Like, imagine if you didn't have to stress about something that wasn't real. Like, does that not sound nice? I really don't understand. Imagine thinking that there's a king in the United States of America when we have hundreds of elected officials on the federal level and millions on the state level. Do you guys know what a monarch is? Also, if he was a king, the America Save Act would have already been passed by now. Did you forget about that part? Remember when they told me that if I vote for Donald Trump that he's gonna take women's rights away? I'm still driving. If he was a king, he wouldn't let y'all look so stupid in public.
It seems like there's a lack of diversity here today. That it's mostly people who look like you and I, and I just
This is not.
Yes, there is something, I don't know if you've realized with this No King demonstration that these people put out every single time. If you realize this is the third No Kings they have put out, and try to see if you will realize if they have achieved something. I want you to know everything they focus on. Wow, look at the crowd that came out. This is all I see with these people. This is what they put out on social media. But there is one video they are not showing you. They don't want you to see this clip.
Because the numbers have just come in, and it is absolutely disgusting considering we have people suffering in this country from natural disasters, and I guarantee they didn't give a fraction of the amount of money that they gave to these. If you guessed over $294 million, you would have been right. So Kevin Sorbo says, we now have a list of the No Kings financiers. Arabella, $79 million. Warren Buffett, $16 million. Ford, $51 million. Rockefeller, $26 million. Soros, $72 million. Tides, $45 million. This is currently what Hawaii looks like. Do you think any of those people dumped nearly as much money into helping the people of Hawaii? This is the fires in Nebraska. Do you think they gave them any of those millions of dollars? Why would they do that? It was more important to fund inflatable animals marching the streets yelling no kings when we in fact don't have a king, never have, and they wouldn't be able to do these ridiculous things if we did. You want the full list, go ahead and pause, screenshot, get yourself a little copy of that list. That's all the money that was dumped into this stupid. People do not care about what's best for our country, because if they did, they would be putting that money into our school systems, into our disaster relief. They would be helping people that can't afford their dinner. They would be helping the TSA agents that couldn't afford to feed their families or pay their rent. Instead, they are funding toxic press that don't do anything for the greater good of our country.
It seems like there's a lack of diversity here today. That it's mostly people who look like you and I, and I just
It is not for black people, for people of color to get out on the street. They're at risk when they do that. If anybody's going to get arrested here, it's going to be a black person. It is not safe for them, and they don't need to participate. We need to walk in their name.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. Okay. What do you think about voter ID? Do you think it's racist?
It's 100% a tactic to control the population and prevent people from voting, so that the only votes so that the gerrymandering can work, so that white voters can vote in white Christian males.
Have you been voting blue most of your life?
I voted blue in the womb.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
If you had to vote for a Republican, J.D. Vance or Rubio, which one would you pick if you had to?
Yeah.
I would slit my throat.
Ooh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I clearly see the amount of money they pour in to organize this. At some point, some spend their entire day struggling to prove that these people are not paid to be doing this. I don't want to go into that. My focus on this video is just to bring this aspect of Democrat, like, oh, 8 million people show up. I really want these people to understand something. When you look at the demonstrations, there were a lot of people that are not in support of what was going on. Some went there to create content. Some just came out to see what is going on. Now, according to them, this was something terrifying. Republicans, Trump should be afraid after saying this. I want these people to turn everybody that came out into their voters. That would be the best thing if they can do that.
Out of office. Would you like J.D. Vance to be the president
No,
then?
I would not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you like to be the president?
Kamala Harris right now, but she didn't win. But
Can I point out something that we say no kings and no authoritarianism, but Kamala Harris, no one voted for her.
yes, they did. Half the country voted for her, so let's not go there.
No one was voted for her to be the nominee.
Yes, they did.
Isn't that what, like, authoritarian?
You're going down the wrong road right now with me. I wouldn't go any further.
What does that mean?
I'm not going to talk to you anymore. That's what it means.
I just think it's ironic that no one voted for her to be the nominee. They just selected her like a king gets selected, right?
But keep it to yourself, okay? Bye. Have a good day.
What does no kiss mean?
You know, I think it means that the Dow is over 50,000. So that's what we should be paying attention to right now, okay? They hate it. It hurts their ego, and it gets people going.
I do want to say, it was an amazing thing to see over the weekend because this No Kings rallies all over the country, it was fantastic to watch.
Yeah.
I was just so thrilled to see. I mean, you can't see it there, but it's there.
Yeah.
But the amount of people just all over the country.
Yeah, but can you translate this to the voting booth? But then you saw this huge turnout of young voters, and that's something in other coalitions that we haven't seen. So I agree with you. I think that you're seeing this going into the midterms, and I think that people are just fed up.
Negative comments on the internet, and it's easy to think this is how everybody is. Everybody's nasty. To see this, to see people come out with...
These people are obsessed with crown, but they are forgetting something. This is the same kind of talking points I saw during the campaign period. Oh, Kamala Harris is polling. Oh, Kamala Harris. Oh, 10,000 people came out. At some point, I was just observing. People coming out like this is just to send a signal like, they are awake. It would deceive you to believe that you've already won. This is the mentality Democrats are having right now. The simple truth is they're organizing all these things just to draw it toward the midterm, so to stir up people, their base. This is all they're doing. There is nothing like Trump is a king. If I take you into countries where they really have a king, you will not be able to stand and do this. Yeah, because they will pick you up and maybe you will not even know where you are. So when I see people sounding like this, to me, I laugh all through. I want to appreciate people sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the white algorithm. You can always skip.
As well as there being just many New Yorkers and people from all over the country here.
Us to show up. I think it's important for us to show up in
No Kings in Austin, Texas. I want to show you
the density, the idea that there are
they're just hard. What is this? My 600-pound?
Yeah, and you're right. Every day is something new.
That Trump laid in the State of the Union address.
To get here. Trump! Go Trump! Hey, Murphy, you're scumbag. Thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. Philip.
He utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
Just so and did not shake her hand there.
Here's the video. He shook everyone's hand. Everyone. Here's the Chief Justice. All of them got their hands shaken. To the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes.
Other than illegal on either of those two, I think they took his bait.
Can take away from the joyous moment as all Americans. And why are they putting a medal?
Oh, he's already under scrutiny for 1,000 reasons. Carol Patel posted this on X.
Job.
I get suspicious when any
Person's home, it's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides, you're
So amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.